Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. This is my very first YouTube video and I must say I am working on lighting and everything like that, so this may be just like a beginning journey type of thing. So I tried, this is what I got out of it. I will kind of fix things along as I go, but for the most part I think we did pretty good. As you can see, my makeup today is of course for New Year's. So that is what this tutorial is going to be about. It's all about creating a perfect New Year's Eve look. Something a little dramatic, a little fun, and of course festive for today. So if you guys just want to know how I create this back. Okay, so for the first thing we're going to do is we are going to prime our face. And today we are going to prime with Maybelline New Master Prime by Face Studio Blur and Illuminate in 200. Just an easy everyday primer, nothing crazy, nothing serious. I'm going to apply this to the back of my hand, and with the Beauty Blender we're just going to press this in, because pressing in your primer really sets your face for the next step, because if you go in and start rubbing you're going to exfoliate and that's going to make your foundation cake up. So we'll give that a moment to dry. Okay, next step is we're going to go in with our foundation. And the foundation we are using today is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte in the shade 101. So now that that is all done, we are going to go ahead and start doing our gold glitter crease eyes of New Year's Eve. So we're going to go in with our very dusty, of course, the Morphe 350 palette, which is one of my favorites. But anyway, we are going to go in, and for a transition shade, we are going to go in with this shade right here, just a very light neutral brown. I lied, it's the shade above it, this one. This one is really good. Okay, we're going to take a little bit of that on a nice little fluffy brush and just hit that transition area. Our next shade is what we're going to do right over that transition shade, just to kind of deepen it up a little bit. It's going to, I'm really bad at doing this. It's going to be this shade right here. We're just going to go over that using the same brush just to deepen our crease, and we're taking it all the way into the inner corners because we are doing a cut dramatic crease. Okay, so for now we are going to do that very clean cut crease, and for that we are going to use, this is actually a lip liner brush, but I love it for what it does for creases. This is very tiny, and we're just going to take that and we're going to go in and we're going to define out that crease area. And for that we are going to use this little deeper chocolate shade right here. You're going to flick it out just a little bit to kind of enhance that cut crease. Now, just using that same shade, just a dab of it, we are going to go over and just start to blend this line out. If that's looking the way you want it to, we are going to cut that crease. So for doing that, we are going to be using the same concealer I used before, the NYX concealer. We're going to take a little bit back of our hand, using a flat brush, we are going to take a little bit and we're just going to go over and really clean that up. We're going to go back in with our flat brush, and then this we are using, it's a single shade from NYX as well, and it is called Raven. I'm just going to go back in and just deepen that crease just a little bit more. Using the same brush, we're going to go in and just kind of blur that line a little bit. Using your fluffy brush from before, and then we're going to go back and take a little bit of that transition color and go in and buff that out. Okay, perfect. Now for the fun part, we are going in and we're going to give those eyes a New Year's Eve glitter, because why not? So for that, we are going to use the NYX Glitter Primer, and we are going to apply this using the same flat brush we did to apply the concealer. So now to really make those pop, we are going to go in with the NYX Face and Body Glitter in GL108. Really means bright as gold color. We're going to go in using the same flat brush, and we're just going to go over exactly what we just put the primer on. A little closer if you can actually see the color. Oh. Okay, so once we have applied the glitter to the lid, we are going to again go back in with that deeper NYX shade in Raven, and we're going to deepen up that crease just a little bit, just because the glitter has probably gotten on it by now, and we just want to make sure that stays really, really deep. Again, and just tiny bit. Perfect. And now we are going to wing our liner, because it'll really help accentuate your eye and really open it up, because we have this top crease, and then once we do another one, it's just going to make it look like a whole new eye shape. So using that, we are going to say, I just feel like I have a lot of NYX because I love it, and I'm not mad about it. I'm just noticing going through this tutorial I have a lot, and that's okay. So we are going in with the, of course, NYX Matte Liquid Liner. It looks like this. We're going to go in, and starting at the outer corner of our eyes, we are going to go up and just create a wing. And we are going to bring it all the way into the corner of our eye to really, really just chisel out that big ol' eyeball. Perfect. So after we do that, we are going to go in and do a little bit of course, a black liner just to the waterline. So now to even further dramatize our eye, I always like to go in and kind of buff out my under lid and just use a little bit of the shadow. We're kind of going to mimic what's going on up top, just not using the gold glitter, and we're just going to buff that out to really bring it all together. So for that, we are going to use, I believe this is an EcoTools flat liner brush. Very dense, very tight, and it's perfect for that under eye area. So going in, we're going to go in with the second shade we used over the transition shade, and we're going to go in and buff that under eye area out. And then we're going to take this little fluffy brush. I do not know the name of it. I don't even know that it has a name. I believe it came in one of the Tarte palettes. I'm not sure even where I adopted this. So we're going to take this little fluffy brush and we are just going to go under and just buff that under eye out. Alrighty, so for going in for mascara, we are going to be using the Super Size Me CoverGirl mascara. And once we have that on, we are going to go in and, of course, go in with some falsy wispy lashes. And for that, I'm using the Ardell's, I believe it's Ardell, if that's not an S, whatever, Ardell Wispy Black Lashes. This is what that looks like. They do not have a number on them, but I will post it down below. And to apply these lashes, I am using the Adria Brush On Strip Lash Adhesive. It's a little clear adhesive and it's super, super easy to use. So we're just going to go ahead and apply these. And there is that. Very simple, very easy. I do apply my lashes with my finger just because I believe it is easier to do. Tweezers, I am a little deformed on those and I can't necessarily do it that way. So that is that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go in and do my other eye off camera. So I have gone ahead and I have done my other eye. Also I have done my lower lash mascara as well. And as you'll see, you do have quite a bit of fallout on your face, so just take any kind of brush, this will be fine, just any kind of fluffy brush, and just kind of wipe that little fallout away, so you don't have these little shimmery glowing disco balls all over your face. You're like, what did she fall into? A whole bottle of glitter? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. You see my eyeballs? Yep. It's cool. Okay, so once you remove all of that, I'm going to go in and highlight and contour just a little bit on my face because the eyes are pretty dramatic. I just want to kind of suck some things and carve some things. So we are going to go in with my Lorac Pro contour palette, and I do like powder contour palettes at the moment. Cream, maybe, we'll see. They're usually very warm, so I usually can't find a shade that I really like, because when contouring you want to use, especially if you are pale, more of the grayer, browny, greeny type of tones. You don't really want to go in with something that is bright orange, and that was a mistake I made for such a long time. Okay. Either way, we're going to go in and we're going to contour. I am going to be using this light contour and medium contour. Starting at my middle of my ear, kind of bringing it down just a little bit, not too much. And to do this, I am using a very tapered stippling brush. I just like the way that it applies, and it really helps to buff it out. Now I do go in with the Butter Bronzer. It is pretty warm typically for me, but I just like to go in with a fluffier brush, like the one we use to dust off our face, just a very light fluffy brush, and I just like to hit these outer corners just to really make them glow a little bit, because I'm the opposite of everything glow and tan stands for. I'm going to take it and I'm just going to go in a circular motion and go back and forth and just blend that line out. Once we do that, we are going to go in and do it on the same side, opposite side. Okay, I'm I'm going to go back in with my deep contour shade in this palette using the same brush, and I just like to just only go from here to here. I'll put up a full contour video at another time, so this is just kind of not really dipping too deep into it and just kind of fastly doing it, but I can make a video on full contour and highlight if that is something you guys would want to see. And I just totally kicked my camera. Wow, that was funny. Okay, so just alrighty, we are going to be adding a little bit of a blush onto my cheekbones, just a tad, to kind of give my face a color and make it look like, hey, she's really not dead. That's her real skin color and she's got a little bit of flesh. So we are going to go in with, actually I'm going to use this little tightly tapered Beauty Pure and Simple. So I'm assuming that this is a pure brush. And it looks like this, very tight, very compact. We're going to go in with the NYX Bake and Blush Illuminate and Bronzer in the shade Journey. Okay, and of course, to go in and highlight today, we're going to be using the MAC Don't Judge This, It Broke, and I'm not throwing it away. So, going to go in with the MAC Light Scampade Mineralized highlighter, and I just love it. It has a lot of pinky bluey tones that I feel like really just help everything. It did break. I'm not even going to show you. It broke. Either way, not throwing it away. End of conversation. So we're going to go in with a little tiny fan brush. I believe this is from e.l.f. Like I said, my brushes are coming in, so I'm just working with what I have at the moment. So I'm just going to take a little bit and we're going to highlight Cupid's bow and a little bit on my chin. I also like to go in sometimes with my finger depending on what look I'm going for, and since this is kind of a bright, glittery, fun look, I take a little bit of the highlighter onto the back of my finger, and I will fix this lighting because I feel like it doesn't really show you everything that's happening. It's a little too bright, so I'm working on all of that. So for this, we are going to just take a little bit on the back of our finger, and I'm just going to tap the inner corner creases of my eyes. Also, same thing, I do use my finger to just go over and just the bottom of my brow. Just a little tail to kind of tie everything in together. And that is that. And today for lips, we are going to go in with the Kat Von D liquid lipstick in the shade Double Dare. We're just going to keep this a little more simple, kind of like a pinkier tone, because we do have so much going on with our eyes. I usually like to keep a big bright eye and then a subtle lip and vice versa. So we're going to go in with the liquid lipstick by Kat Von D. Alrighty everybody, and this is my New Year's Eve look and how I achieved this. If you guys thought this video was helpful and you liked it, please give me a thumbs up, and also please subscribe. I would love to hear what you guys want for future videos and everything I can do to help, and anything you need help with recreating this look. So if you guys enjoyed it, please thumbs up, let me know, and I hope to see you on my next video on my channel. I hope everyone has a great New Year's.